So this is movie 4, where what we're going to do is look at energy settings and generate a model. So I'm going to go to the level 1. Right, just before we jump into this, that form that I've got for the south building with the floors applied really just has 3 analytical spaces, one for each floor. If I want to be a bit more precise about this, these are separating walls. So the option that is to be used is when you analyze and you've got your location, let's say delete energy model, it should not be there. When you want to create the model, you want to give it some settings for what this is to be. So let's say that the one that we want to use all the time is conceptual masses and building elements. Disregard this and conceptual. These were really useful in earlier versions of the product, but this is the way to go for the future. Our ground level is at level 1. It's all in a new construction phase, and let's put in the default for this is usually 15 feet, and that would be like the distance to the first internal wall. We can leave it at that, and we can go with the defaults. We don't want a perimeter zone. These would divide up that outside zone with, and we don't want that. I'll leave it on so we can see it. So I'll not turn it off. Okay, so this by default says office, and what we want to do is say what type of building this is, and that's going to help in the application of building type ASHRAE standards that will be applied to those office or in this case multifamily spaces. So if we click on here and type in M, it'll take you down to the different standards that you have, and what we want is, this is not a single family, but this is multifamily here. And we'll go with all of the defaults. Let's just check. This is not applying multifamily, okay. I need to scroll down a little bit to show this. This typically says rooms, and the schematic types are by building, right? Conceptual types here is going to use the settings from here, and I can show you in the help file where these come from. But let me leave that to the end. So that applies U values to these different mass related conceptual wall types: exterior, interior, underground. That's below level 1, roof, floor, slab, glazing, skylights, all of that stuff. We're not doing any of that, so okay, and okay. Let's look at this. But I'd mentioned that this is not just to be one space. So if we go back here, what you can do is using the combination of mass elements and building elements. So if I go under architecture and wall, I just need to take a generic wall because it's not using thicknesses, it's not using materials inside them, it's just using it to divide the space. So if I just pick a generic 4-inch wall, what I want to do is just draw this down here. So it's going to go from the ground floor, let's say it goes from 2 feet below the ground floor up to the roof, and let's say 4 feet above the roof. So if I draw that in there, and VG W, make sure the walls are switched on in the view so you can see it coming there. So what I'm going to do is draw another dividing walls, and this one. I want to do it like this first, just to show the first model and show that there's a connection. So I don't need to be in any particular view. But now if I go through my sequence for the energy settings, is I know my location. It's in Alameda. Oops, sorry, let's do it under the analysis so you can see it. I know my location, it's in Alameda. I know my energy settings, it's multifamily. I'm going to create energy model. Create the energy model. This is me submitting it to the Insight site.